First paragraph, blind man in marketplace. An old blind man with a tired, wrinkled face and dark sunglasses sits on a busy city street, hunched beside a crowded marketplace. He has a dusty, empty hat with a few coins in front of him. Beside him, a cardboard sign reads faintly, "I am blind. Please help me." People walk past without noticing. Bright morning light, cold and breezy atmosphere, people rushing by in a blur, while he sits alone and ignored. Cinematic, emotional scene, realistic lighting. Second paragraph, people ignoring him. Scene of busy city street with businessmen in suits, women carrying groceries, and children walking by. Everyone ignores a sad, blind man sitting on the ground with a sign and empty hat. His hands tremble slightly as he reaches out, hoping for coins. Focus on his helpless expression while people avoid eye contact, lost in their busy lives. Cold, distant, urban environment. Emotional, dramatic lighting to show isolation. Third paragraph, first act of kindness. A young woman in casual clothes, jeans and jacket, kneeling beside a blind man on a city street. She drops coins gently into his empty hat, her hand lingering. The blind man's face softens slightly, sensing kindness. The busy market is blurred in the background to highlight their connection. Morning light casts soft shadows. Emotional cinematic moment of first human connection. Fourth paragraph, she decides to change his sign. Young woman standing in front of the blind man, thoughtfully looking at his cardboard sign. She holds a marker, flipping the sign over as he sits confused, not knowing what she's doing. Gentle sunlight illuminates them while people pass by in a rush. The moment is calm, filled with compassion and reflection. Focus on her handwriting and his curious, unaware face. Emotional, soft-toned scene. Fifth paragraph, writing the new words. Young woman writing carefully on a piece of cardboard. It is a beautiful day, but I cannot see it. Focus on her hand holding the marker, close-up of the written words. The blind man sits nearby, facing forward, unaware but hopeful. The street is bustling in the background, but the focus remains on her writing this powerful message. Warm sunlight highlights the board as she finishes. Emotional, moving scene. Sixth paragraph, people start noting. Scene of a blind man sitting quietly as people start to stop. A woman drops coins, a man in a suit gives money, others pause and look at his new sign. His hat slowly begins to fill with money. Emotional expressions on passersby as they show kindness. Bright daytime city street with emotional focus on human connection. A sense of surprise and compassion in the crowd's faces. Warm, cinematic light. Seventh paragraph, crowd gathers, kindness flows. Blind man smiling softly as people kneel, drop coins, and give folded notes. A child gently places a flower in his hat. Some people touch his shoulder warmly. His face is calm, grateful, with a subtle smile. His hat is now filled with coins, bills, and notes. Crowd gathered around showing compassion. Soft evening light begins to fall. Emotional, touching street scene focusing on kindness. Eighth paragraph, returning to check on him. Sunset scene on the same city street. Warm, golden sky. The woman returns to check on the blind man. He smiles when she approaches, turning his head as if recognizing her presence. His hat is full. She looks emotional, realizing the change her act has brought. The background shows people still stopping by to help. Emotional, peaceful atmosphere, cinematic sunset lighting. Ninth paragraph, their conversation. Close-up of the woman kneeling beside the blind man, gently touching his arm as they talk. He smiles with gratitude, speaking softly. Focus on their facial expressions, her kindness and his emotional reaction, his hands holding hers gently. Fading sunlight creating a warm glow around them, city life blurred behind them. Intimate, heartfelt connection, emotional, story-driven moment. 10th paragraph, final reflection and hope. Blind man sitting peacefully, looking content as people still approach him. The woman walking away in the distance, glancing back with a smile. The cardboard sign clearly visible. It is a beautiful day, but I cannot see it. Evening sky glowing in soft orange and pink hues. The city street now calm and compassionate, showing a changed environment. Focus on the sign, coins, and the man's peaceful smile. Cinematic, inspiring final scene. 11th paragraph, realization of word power. The young woman standing beside the blind man, reflecting deeply. She looks thoughtful, staring at him as he gently smiles. Around them, people are pausing to give donations. Focus on her face as realization dawns, understanding how powerful her small act was. Cinematic soft focus on her emotional eyes with bright, compassionate street background. Warm sunset glow around both characters, symbolizing hope and change. 12th paragraph, holding her hand. The blind man gently holding the woman's hand as if feeling her emotions. His cloudy eyes turned toward her with a soft emotional smile, her hand in his, slightly trembling from emotion. Focus on close-up of hands, symbolizing human connection. Background blurred city street, hint of people still walking but now noticing them. Evening light creates a soft, peaceful mood, enhancing the emotional depth of the moment. 13th paragraph, people giving more help. The blind man surrounded by kind strangers, some kneeling, some standing, offering coins, folded notes, water bottles, and small gifts. A child stands out, placing a flower carefully in his hat. His face shows a mix of surprise and happiness. The woman stands in the background, watching the scene with soft pride. Warm sunset light with glowing tones, highlighting the generosity and compassion flowing through the crowd. Emotional, inspiring city street scene. 14th paragraph, her reflection in the window. Young woman standing near a shop window, her reflection visible. She looks at herself thoughtfully, realizing how this moment changed her. The blind man sits in the background, now surrounded by people helping him. The reflection shows a woman transformed by kindness. The city moves around her, but she is still. Gentle sunlight fading, casting emotional, soft tones over the scene. Cinematic, introspective atmosphere, emphasizing her inner growth. 15th paragraph, blind man speaks about words. Close-up of blind man smiling gently, speaking softly as if realizing something profound. I never knew words could change how people see me, he says. His face is lit by the warm evening light, with people in the background still stopping to help. Focus on his emotional expression, eyes closed, peaceful smile, and softened wrinkles showing relief and hope. The cardboard sign sits clearly beside him, showing the powerful new message. Cinematic, emotional focus on his words. 16th paragraph, people still glancing and helping. Scene of people still glancing at the sign and pausing to help. A woman kneels to speak softly to the blind man, offering him food. Another man gently places a bill in his hat. A child looks up at him with innocence. The blind man smiles, touched by the continuous kindness. The woman stands a few feet away, watching quietly. Evening city street, now bathed in a warm, peaceful glow, capturing an ongoing moment of compassion and connection. 17th paragraph, saying goodbye. The young woman standing to leave, looking back at the blind man one last time. He smiles gently at her, giving a slight wave. The sky is deep orange and purple as the sun sets fully. Focus on their faces, hers showing warmth and sadness, his showing gratitude and peace. The city street feels calm now, filled with an air of kindness. The cardboard sign still visible beside him. Emotional, cinematic farewell moment, highlighting their bond. 18th paragraph, walking away, reflecting. Scene of the young woman walking away from the blind man, blending into the city street. She looks thoughtful, reflecting on the encounter. People walk past her, but she is lost in deep thought. A soft smile touches her lips, realizing the power of words. Warm evening light and city street lamps starting to glow. Emotional, reflective mood. Cinematic tone, showing her personal growth, and quiet resolve to use words kindly. 19th paragraph, lying in bed reflecting. Scene of the young woman lying in bed at night, looking up at the ceiling, deep in thought. A soft lamp casts a warm glow on her face. She looks emotional, thinking about her day. In her mind, she replays the scene with the blind man. Faint ghost-like images of him and his sign appear around her as memories. A peaceful, introspective mood, showing her understanding of how small actions and words can change lives. Quiet, emotional indoor scene. 20th paragraph, final vow and message to viewers. Scene of the woman sitting by a window at sunrise, writing in a notebook. Her face is calm, resolved, and thoughtful. She writes, "Words can heal or hurt. Choose them wisely." Outside the window, the city wakes up. The light of a new day symbolizes her new understanding and personal growth. The final scene shows her looking determined to be kinder, inspired by what she experienced. Bright morning light fills the room. Emotional, hopeful, and inspiring atmosphere to close the story.